Technology! Toilets! Tech on Tuesday!
Hey there, Mahana fans! It's me, the internet's Miklos Mahanahan, hanging out here in the Mahana workshop, ready to share with you some of the finest Kickstarted or Indiegogo'ed products that the internets currently have to offer. Over the last decade, crowdfunding websites like Kickstarter and Indiegogo have emerged as brave new worlds of opportunity, success, potential financial windfalls, and also the types of epic pitch failures previously reserved only for behind-closed-doors meetings with terrifying bosses that use terms like synergize, wheelhouse, and form 1099-int. In fact, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, something called Fundraiser, which doesn't sound real, and the nationally televised American version of the series Shark Tank all launched within roughly a year of one another, though the show had been around in one form or another in other countries since 2001. We've looked at all kinds of technology in the last couple of months, Mahana fans. We've looked at robots, light-emitting devices, ball washers, and have finally succeeded in bringing third-wave coffee and its machines to the forefront of the zeitgeist, propelling it forward in a way that no company has managed since someone decided that a third wave of coffee was a thing. We've also seen some duds, Mahana fans, either due to a failure to reach the appropriate crowdfunding audience, or because the ideas, concepts, or technology is not quite fully baked. So instead of our normal episode format of showing you where you should throw your expendable income dollars, today let's take a gander at the other side of things, and peruse some crowdfunding projects you should definitely not be backing. Today, let's tech talk about 3 crowdfunding projects that are jokes, most likely on purpose. Number 3. R5 Experience, the future's virtual time machine. Smell, taste, feel, see, and hear in the Merge by R5. The R5 Experience seems to rely on a concept they are calling the Merge, in which technology is used to insert a viewer into a piece of linear entertainment, allowing them to merge with the main character on the screen. While that sounds kind of cool, it looks like this. Oi. What's that, Jesse? No, I have not rented Spiral from the Book of Saw. I am watching the kickstarting video for the R5 Experience, a device that only appears to be torturous headgear from the outside. I know I talked a lot about the Borg in yesterday's episode of Meek Lists, detailing lost episodes of classic Star Trek franchises, but this is one of the more horrifying human-computer hybrid heads I have ever seen come from the science fictions.
Welcome to R5, your very own portable semi-present experience. Merge. Now.
Yikes. There are many parts of the R5 that you need to strap to yourself, including a master, a frame, a center dispenser, which outputs 90+ smells, including gun smoke and rain, and fits to your face with universal nose-fit technology, a taster unit, which dispenses edible film using mouth-aim technology, and a stick-your-tongue-out indicator light, some basic 3D glassware, directional headphones, and a fan that can simulate breezes and temperature changes on one cheekbone. There is also an included question mark, which does... Wait, is the fact that it's a mystery irony? Someone get Alanis Morissette on the phone. Feel wet, cold, hot, textures, and various vibrative or recoilative motion devices. The company would desperately like to sell the technology to movie theaters, where you could experience the Merge for yourself. There's a terminal where you scan something for some reason it doesn't really go into, some sort of activation process that should have been taken care of for you before purchase, and is produced with proud Christian values, which probably means racist. I mean, seriously, can you imagine if this thing were to fall into the hands of Taoist values? Chaos. Or can you see the Scientologists attempting to create and mass-produce a similar product to push upon the world?
Are you with us?
Whoa, actually, that's exactly what this looks like. Resistance may be futile, after all. The dream of an R5 experience died on the 19th of February 2019 at 11:46 a.m. PST. RIP. Number 2. Aten, the world's first interstellar space vehicle. Building the world's first interstellar space vehicle. No combustion engine and able to travel to space in a fraction of the time. By Relativity Research, Inc. Relativity Research, Inc. is a company with 0 backed crowdfunding projects. They've tried twice now, the second time with a smartwatch called the X-Watch that launched on Kickstarter only a month and a day after their first campaign for this fuel-free spaceship. With the natural progression between these two projects alone, you can definitely get a full picture of what Relativity Research is going to be developing over time. Month 1, UFO. Month 2, smartwatch. Month 6, question marks. Month 12, oh, wait, there is no month 12, and no profits. Aten didn't even last 6 months, which seems odd for the world's first fuel-free gravitational anomaly. I mean, I guess I have to be the one to point this out, but it didn't even make it 12 days. By day 4, the world had suddenly lost all interest in the coolest spacefaring vehicle since the Firefly, and one that could take us to Mars in, what, like a week? It's hard to say. The time frame, the science, the video, and the company are all light on detail. So what is the goal here, anyway?
We want our candidates to go through our training program in conjunction with the building process of the Aten space vehicle. Our objective is to have our candidates complete our training program within a month or so of the Aten space vehicle being completely built. So join us as we venture into the depths of space. We hope you enjoy the video.
I mean, not even this guy sounds like he's buying any of this. Roll the vid. Just a quick pause, and just as I thought, Adobe Universal Leader. Way to customize your downloaded templates, fellas. Ooh, a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Oh, wait, I am caught up in the moment. It looks like we're in space, and here's the name of the company. Okay, good. And the name of the product, great. And then 90 seconds of terrible pretend handheld footage of Mars. If that wasn't enough to convince you, somehow, against all odds, to shell over your cash, they render out a single model of what a pretend non-existent spaceship might potentially look like in the future. You know, once it's actually designed and stuff. Which, did they make it clear that there's no prototype and that literally everything is conjectural but works perfectly in unproven theory? Just so you know what you're getting yourself and your hard-earned dollars into, they show that one model, sort of wobbling in empty space, but they show it from different angles. Front view, bottom, lower angle, upper angle. All of the details are right here. No fuel, no exhaust, the shell is heat resistant, there is a flux wave movement. They have even taken the time to conceal the gravity amps, a real thing. The UFAOP makes no audible sound, and though they didn't have to do it, they've even minimalized coronal discharge to the point that there's barely any coronal discharge at all. And now to the spokesdude who has taken the $200 Casey Kasem enunciation course at his local community college in preparation for speaking to a nationwide audience.
Hi and welcome to Relativity Research. Relativity's largest project is to develop and manufacture the Aten spacecraft, the world's first and only interstellar space vehicle that would allow man to travel to space in a relatively short amount of time and also give him the ability to travel into deep space. The Aten spacecraft will make space travel more efficient and effective.
Effective? What does that mean?
By providing mankind with a sustainable way to continue space exploration. The Aten will save billions of dollars in fuel. Why? Because it doesn't use fuel, and the Aten is 100% reusable.
Why hasn't anyone done this with a car? Just make a fuel-free car, that seems like a good idea. Or at the very least, finally make a car that is 100% reusable. We've heard enough. Buried in the comments of the X-Watch, the smartwatch even more fanciful than a UFO that launched just over a month later, is a question from superbacker OS, which actually seems ridiculously valid.
Are you the same Relativity Research Inc. that claimed to be developing a magic spaceship and whose CEO claims 2 PhDs?
Relativity Research responds with the following, finally putting all fears to rest.
Yes, we are the same Relativity Research Inc. you mentioned, but the spacecraft is far from a claim. It is using a propulsion system that has been theorized for quite some time, and we are trying to get it into a practical state.
However, researching practical magic only returns results based around the documentary starring Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman from 1998. Aten broke our hearts by continuing to not exist, and also cancelling its crowdfunding round on the 7th of September, 2016. Number 1. Nova Hoverboard. Nova Hoverboard, the first real working hoverboard as you imagined it to be, by Rabia Safia. Let's Just watch this.
With tons of new futuristic technologies emerging, right now, we're in a race.
Oh, God, what is that? Did the titles get drunk and playful on the way to the studio? I hope we don't see any more of that.
We've seen hoverboards with wheels. That's close, but that's not quite hovering, is it? We've seen the Hendo hover, which is fun, but only for a few minutes.
Kind of like these titles. Seriously, we should have added a seizure-inducing warning at the head of this clip.
That's why today, ready to fly, there is the Nova hoverboard, ready to crush competition.
Oh, whoa, hold up. They actually have one of these things out working in the wild?
In preparation, we have set out a list of strict minimum requirements. Our hoverboard will be able to hover over any surface for at least 30 minutes. It can carry at least 70 kilograms, and moving is as easy as steering a skateboard.
Whoa. A list of strict minimum requirements, will be able to hover, can carry 70 kilograms, is as easy as steering a skateboard. None of these tenses match up. Do you even have the hoverboard you are advertising?
In short, this will be a real hoverboard, the sort of thing that we dreamt about when we were young.
Oh, come on, man, you're still dreaming. You don't even have a model of a prototype yet.
If you ever wanted to travel into the future, the time has finally come.
No, it hasn't. The future is still apparently light years away.
With your donations, your help in sharing our message, and the Indiegogo community, we can carry Nova Hoverboard through the stages of development and production, bringing the world of tomorrow into the 21st century, where everyone can enjoy it.
You're crowdfunding for someone to go to the library and do research. Putting aside a vast dragon's hoard of overconfidence, you have no idea what this thing is, how you're going to build it, or even if it's physically possible.
We need a real hoverboard, and we need it now.
Solving the world's problems, one hovering skateboard at a time.
Thank you.
You are absolutely not welcome. Under the story section on Indiegogo, they even quote Dr. Emmett Brown from the Back to the Future franchise. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Of course, he was talking about the time-traveling DeLorean at that moment and the fact that it could now fly, not referencing a hoverboard at all. So, yeah. Thanks again, Mahanahan fans. Please do not forget that we will be taking our spring break next week, and while we may not be chugging Jell-O shots just off the coast of Florida, we will not be uploading a Tech Talk Tuesday. You will have to wait one more week. Sorry.